Hello, 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 Facebook. All right. I am back. Thrive Abundantly has returned, and it is Tuesday. I had an amazing weekend in Atlanta. So I'm going to let Facebook do what it's due. Tune some people in on. Make sure that you guys can hear me. Make sure I'm live and all that good stuff. If you are I think I'm live. Well, I know I'm live, but I hope you guys can hear me. So if you can hear me, let me know. Let me know what city and state you're tuning in from. Also, share this with others, especially if you're a thriving entrepreneur. If you're not a thriving entrepreneur, you're lazy, you don't like to do the work, you're a complainer, a no-getter, you got to exit the stage. You got to get out, okay? I'm just being honest. I don't want to waste anyone's time, and I don't want any kind of negative energy even associated with this channel. This is for thriving entrepreneurs only, and those who are looking to move and make bountiful abundance in their life. All right, cool. Columbus, Ohio, what's up? Okay, good. You guys can hear me. So today is Tuesday, June 27th. Can you guys believe that? What are we, like 3 days from capping the halfway mark of 2017? Can you believe it? How is it going for you guys? Are you on track? Are you getting to where you want? Are you not? Be honest. There was something that was shared on my page, that I shared on my page that was from another awesome entrepreneur. And I love what she said. And she said, don't act like you don't know what's wrong with you. You are going to stay right there if you do not admit to it. That was powerful because a lot of times as entrepreneurs, you're on your own. So we do come from being functioned as workers. Okay. Like, we were trained in school all the way up to just support someone else's dreams and just follow the rules. Don't ask any questions, just be in a matrix and stuff. So when you are an entrepreneur, there's no one to blame. There's no one to say, well, my boss didn't tell me, this person didn't tell me. It's all on you. So I'm just excited. If you guys can't tell, I'm pretty tired and exhausted still. I just came back from Atlanta yesterday, and I had an amazing weekend. And I want to share some awesome information with you guys, really helping you get to a place in your life, in your business, period. One thing about entrepreneurship is about taking you on your life and then circling your life and your business around that, not circling your business around you, if that makes sense. So it's really important that, you guys kind of get and understand that. So we're going to go ahead and start. You guys are tuning into Thrive Abundantly TV. As you see, it's a little different going on here. We got some new graphics and stuff going on. So I'm Lauren L.C. Thrive, a thriving entrepreneur, and I'm here to make you go, and get you to think about your business. This is what Thrive Abundantly TV is about. I personally am, entrepreneur and business coach where I work with women entrepreneurs particularly, but we're always welcome our kings. But I help the queens to be able to take leaps and bounds in their business and move to, expand their business without sacrificing time with their family and burnout. Most of us women get particularly burnt out, especially those women with family, and to circle and do and try to pursue your business and just take the entrepreneurship career on with that can be quite taxing. So I always recommend, get yourself a mentor, a leader, a coach, someone who's there. I personally recommend someone who you pay. I've had mentors over the time who just are there and support, but I didn't take real growth until I really put some skin in the game. And when I mean skin in the game, is really like I financially invested into myself where I was very uncomfortable and I had to move. When you're at a place like, oh my God, if this don't work, where am I going to eat? It sometimes pushes you and moves you. Some people don't want to do that. And it gets a little scary for some. So, you guys, I really want to share some of the exciting notes that was shared over, the weekend that I went over. I said that I was at the real MIT, which is the Millionaires in Training. It was an amazing weekend. It was filled with just such amazing people who are doing things that they want, things that they desire and push forward in life. And, it's just very inspiring. It's always important to get yourself there. So we're going to go ahead and start with our show here, and definitely get into a space where, sorry about that, get into a space where I want to talk about a few things when it comes to, expanding let me just make sure. Oh, sorry. Okay. So when it comes to, entrepreneurs building wealth and living and leaving a legacy, right? So a lot of times, a lot of us take on that leap to start our own business and things like that, but you have to think in a space of abundance. You have to think in a space on, really taking leaps and moving your business to where you want, that is going to create leverage income. If you do not understand what that means by leverage income and the difference of linear income, look back at my video. I talked about business and money the last week, I believe, or the week before last. If you look on my Facebook page at CEO LC Thriver, you'll see it. But also, if you go on YouTube and just look up LC Thriver, you'll be able to see the list of all the videos. And you'll see where I particularly talked about the difference of, income. And it's always important to put yourself in a place where you are establishing, to get out of the space of linear income, which is just in the box income, meaning you have to be there to make that money. If you're sick or out or anything like that, if something happens to you, your money doesn't continue to grow. As far as when you're building residual money, income, it's where your money still works for you. Money does not get tired. It don't need no time off. It didn't have any death in the family. Its kids didn't get sick or anything like that. So it's always important to make yourself start putting yourself in a place where your money starts working for you and you not working for the money. Okay. So in the beginning, when you're building things, you are building. When I say building, is meaning brick by brick. So, in the beginning, a lot of times people as entrepreneurs, particularly new entrepreneurs, always do jump and think like when they hear things like this and they get so inspired, you think of, I got to get rich quick. I got to, get out of this quick. It can happen fast depending on your drive. What are you actually, what kind of business that you're particularly in and the kind of work ethic that you're putting behind it. But it doesn't happen overnight. And a lot of those people who you look at and see as an overnight success, it really isn't, because they might have did a lot of groundwork years before. So there's times where people will look at me and I might have gotten a company and I moved pretty quick. But I've been in this game for years. You get what I'm saying? So, and I never look at, don't ever compare, and I'm going to talk more about that where I had shared a video before, but never compare your success to someone else's success. You only look at other people to show and see that it's possible. And there's anything different from that person to you. It's just the fact that, that person made some agreements within themselves. And one book I really, really highly, highly recommend that you read is The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel. I will pull up the book. I just finished reading the book for the second time and had looked over, but it's really important that you look and read that book. So I want you guys to understand when it comes to building wealth and leaving a legacy, right? There's certain strategies and steps that it takes to grow and build this, okay? You want to start upgrading yourself when it comes to, the chain of command and we'll say as far as like how taxes come into place, right? So last week, I had a special guest on and I talked about money and business and taxes, understanding entities and things like that. So last week I talked about that and I had a special guest, Ron Williams, on. And, we talked about the importance of establishing your business. We talked about the importance of keeping track of your business. I want to really explain to you that even when you decide to first start a business and getting things off the ground, a lot of times people think, that they have to have this established business making profit to start being able to, track their expenses, write things off, use their taxes, the tax perks and benefits, right? So that's not particularly true. Let me just tell you, Amazon, one of the biggest things, we just bought Whole Foods for, what was it, $13.6 million? Don't quote me. But a lot of freaking money, okay? They were in the game 13 years before they even was in the green as far as having profit when it comes onto taxes, right? But for years, do you think they waited 13 years to kind of put and keep track according to, the IRS and things like that, to show and write off their expenses of everything that they put into their business? No. When you start your business, you have this mind made up that you're going to go forward and start this business. From the moment that it becomes, a business thought and a platform in your mind, and you start to create a business plan, you need to track every dollar that you put into your business. And I'm going to share some important strategies here that you need to know and understand. And especially if you are still working your 9 to 5 and then you're establishing a business that you want to grow as a side business to later take out your 9 to 5, right? I'm going to tell you something that I made a mistake by not doing and having to understand. And I now have to understand now. I coach my clients through this. And I really particularly, really, really share a lot of great information when it comes to this. And the mistake I did was not establish my business, for one. You have to get yourself an EIN number, and that's free, okay? Even if you haven't fully registered your business, right? I shared that last week. But if you're still working your job, your 9 to 5, you need to keep track of everything that you're spending into your business, right? You need to put yourself at a place where you're lowering your taxes. Your money is caught up within your taxes. I have a call that I do every Monday called Money Mondays. And if you guys are following my personal page, it's the same as this business page, Lauren LC Thriver, you'll find me. I talked about that. And I really give this information because a lot of entrepreneurs are struggling out there on this part. And I personally lost $30,000 because of this. So I don't want to see you do this. And I'm really adamant with keeping up with my clients with this, because I don't want to see that. I mean, I would have had my business well established years ago if I knew this and was able to get a good understanding. So I'm going to share these things with you, and we're going to continue to talk about this throughout the week. But I want you to really understand the importance of, making sure that you're taking full advantage of your business, as far as taking advantage of, the tax laws. Don't get yourself scared. Get yourself an accountant or a CPA. Don't let, brown man from the 5th floor or your cousin or anything like that. When you start to be able to establish your business, get someone professional who knows what they're doing, that can help and protect you, and who understands the business, especially if you're working a business from home. You want to make sure that you have a tax professional that understands home-based business. If you need someone like that, I have tons of resources. I even recommend my personal person, or who was on our show last week, Vaughn Williams, to understand it. So it's really important. If you're not taking notes, write this down. It's really important to, establish, keep track of your business, establish it, your business entity, and then start being able to use the best of both worlds in this place. Because when you do this and you start your own business, your job now becomes your biggest investor into your life, your future, and your business. And what I mean by that is, when you start to establish your business, right? And you're still working your 9 to 5 and establishing your 9 to 5. Your job is no longer just a job to pay the bills. It's now your biggest investor. Let me tell you how. Because when you're lowering your tax liability, right? And there's certain things that we, that I personally, coach and train and teach, within our program about this. And if you don't know, or anything like that, you need information. The person who's particularly doing your taxes should be able to help you. But I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people don't. This is how I lost $30,000, because all these years I was establishing a business while I was still working my 9 to 5, and my tax professional did not know that. They didn't have a full understanding when it came to leveraging and using the tax laws, when it came to, having my business as well as my 9 to 5 and making my job my biggest investor. So there's ways that you can, give yourself a pay raise on your job without, even asking your boss for it. You know what I mean? So those are particular things that I really established with that. Especially, I want to just kind of hold your faith and really tell you to pay attention on this. And if you don't understand and you need help, definitely hit me up. These are things that I'm very adamant on. I'm walking over the shoulders with my clients about this. So, I'm taking on very few dream clients on that really needs help to establish this. But one thing that was told, and I'm sharing this particular note that was shared with me over the weekend, and I love this. It was told, I get paid to practice, but the game is free. And what I mean by that is everything that you're learning, even tuning into this show, learning the things that you need to do. You have to understand that in the beginning, you can't put yourself as a cutoff. I hear this all the time, and I'm working with the client through this right now. And I was one of these individuals when it was like, all right, if I don't make X, Y, Z amount of money in 30 days, I'm going to throw this business, to the side and just, get another job or anything like that. So what's up, Texas? It's really important that you kind of understand. And what I mean when I say you get paid to practice and the game is free, the game to building wealth and having your freedom, it is free. You have to get in the game. You have to practice. You have to get there. How does a basketball player, I don't want to quote anybody, LeBron James or whoever, I don't even watch sports like that anymore. How do they get really good? How do they get MVP? They practice. They show up to practice. Okay? And the only way you could perfect and get that right is you got to show up to practice and get that the game is free. A lot of times that's the trade-off. Okay? So, don't give yourself a cutoff where things don't work. If something's not working, go back to the drawing board and go to practice. Learn where things are not working to perfect it, if this is really what you want. Let me tell you, I've been in this game as far as entrepreneur for 12 years. It was now when I finally started to get things to move and see in the last year. Two things that really got me there was exactly what I'm telling you. And I learned where I lost $30,000 at. I did not take full advantage of the tax laws and got an understanding about it. I didn't do my homework about my business. I did not take on, I didn't show up to practice. I just got in the game. But the game is free. You get paid if you practice. I didn't show up for practice. So it's really important that you get and understand that. And what I say was, the two specific things where I lost that was, like I said, not understanding, the particular tax laws when it comes to business ownership and not getting around the right people to teach me that. And then, given that, not hiring and really putting myself at a place to hire a coach who knows what they're doing and doing it before me and helping me get there. Now, I understand in the beginning, with me, I started in network marketing. I was barely making $25,000 for the year living in New York City. And, I wasn't at a place or the mindset yet to kind of get the understanding of hiring a coach, and things like that. And when you're in network marketing, you get these things for free when you have your upline or, or things like that. So, if you can't afford it, definitely take full advantage of having, upline and build yourself up. But as you continue to grow, you got to start getting people who are on the next level up. And I always say, when you focus and put yourself around the people who are on the next level up, what was once your ceiling, that glass ceiling that you keep hitting, will soon become your floor. And that's how you get to the next level up. So it's really important that you understand that. And I'll say that the third thing for me that I really didn't take full advantage and put myself in a place where I was able to build myself in entrepreneur. I wasn't staying consistent. I'll run really hard, get some results, and then take the back seat. Run really hard, get results, and take the back seat. I was never consistently game planning. You gotta game plan. You gotta put things in perspective. Okay, so if that's making sense, these are things I'm going to talk about this week. Every week I have things that I'm going to focus on and drill in. I have tons and tons of awesome notes that I have from the weekend. that I really want to share with you guys. So to get you to my passion is really just getting, I don't want people to go through, to hurt. Like my why, and I'm going to say that you got to have a why. So maybe that's the fourth one I want to talk about, is having a why. I always had a why. I didn't fully understand it, and I didn't dig enough to the point where it hurts. So your why should be something where they always say make you cry, right? So your why is, in the acronym of WHY, is what hurts you. What gets you to the point that's going to make you like cry and hurt and move, and you're going to say to yourself, no more. Okay? For me, it was like, I'm grinding harder than some parents out there, and I'm not kind of downgrading anybody or throwing shade at anybody. But if you're a parent and you have children here now, you can't stop. I'm working hard for my unborn children. You get what I'm saying? For the next generation. Even if I come to the point I never have kids, I'm passing on, legacy and things like that, and I'm building to the next generation, to my younger siblings, those who I can pass on, my nieces and nephews and godchildren, or whatever the case may be, if I don't have any of my own. So you never want to put yourself in a place where you get lackadaisical. And the thing is, it's nothing wrong that you're like that, because you were trained to be like that. It's time to unlearn what you've been learned. It's time to untrain what you've been trained to do. It's time to break the chains. Okay. So I'm going to talk about that more this week. I'm really excited. I'm pumped up from the weekend. It was just like, it's always good to put yourself around atmospheres that's always going to push you to thrive. You have to. You have to. If you don't, you're dead. You can tune in here on live, and things like that, and that's fine. But you have to continuously put yourself in the surroundings. Get from behind the screen and bump shoulders with people who, you personally can meet and get to know. And that's, I'm just gonna leave that at that, because I don't like to keep this too long. I like to, keep this short and continue to, pour into you guys. My main thing that I want you guys to do is just, I want my, everybody who I know and I have access to, and whoever is watching this, I want you to win. I want you to be successful. I want you to get the things that you particularly want, and the way to do it, you can't quit. You got to keep going. It's okay to have hardships. That's your testimony. That's your story. That's your why. That's what hurts you. That's what's going to get you to the point to keep pushing. And until it keeps digging, you're not moving and thriving, because what's going on in your life and your hardships haven't hurt you yet. Mine's hurt me too much that I just can't keep doing it anymore. So that's why I continue, no matter how bad I feel or whatever the case may be, is keep going, because I always remember my goals don't care about how I feel. Now, of course, I take care of me. I take care of my body. I don't outwork myself where I'm going through an exhaustion or anything. Definitely take care of yourself, but you got to keep pushing and winning. All right. So I hope this was helpful. The guys were showing up here. What's up, ladies? Y'all not feeling me or something? But no, I love you, queens. I know you guys tune in. You ladies tune in and things like that. This is what I'm particularly here for. I personally coach women entrepreneurs, to excel in their business. But I always love and welcome the kings to tune in. This information is for all and who's there. And, the purpose of Thrive Abundantly TV, I can't speak in a sense of abundance if I don't give an abundance to all. So I hope this was particularly helpful. There's going to be a lot of great material coming on for this week that's going to share. I want to leave you with this, and it really focused on the affirmation that I gave today. So I shared a particular affirmation about every day. If you guys aren't following my business page, every day I always share affirmations of the day. So today's affirmation is, I am more than able to attain all what I desire. Now, in order to have that, you must be. Okay? So you want to tell yourself, I will be blank. You have to fill in the blank. Therefore, I am blank. In order to be, you must do, and that's how you have. So that's really important, to understand. In order to be, a lot of it circles along of the way you think. So a lot of everything I talk about here on the show is all about mindset. I coach and train my clients about mindset coaching, really rewiring the hardwire of your mind, your thoughts. So that's really important for you to understand. And we're going to continue to talk about building wealth and abundance into your business, and really speaking towards entrepreneurships, building wealth, and leaving the legacy. So that's the spark for this week. Definitely tune in tomorrow at 12:30. We will be on and live on that. So definitely tune in. I love you guys. I hope this was helpful. Please share this with all entrepreneurs. And I love to welcome my queens out there. If you are a boss queen on the Thrive, moving in your business, definitely make sure that you get into our private group. This is where we're still building it up. It just started, I believe, last week when we established a group. But, if you are a boss queen on the Thrive, you're really moving into your business and entrepreneurship, but you want to get yourself, in alliance with other queens who are doing their thing, really helping and uplifting each other. I really highly recommend that you get into the group. I'm sharing it here in the comments, but also, oops, okay, and also making sure that you guys tune into that page. Sorry, I thought I turned myself off. So if you go to Boss Queens Thrive, not .com, but .club, CLUB, Boss Queens with an S, Thrive.club. That's how you can get into the group. It's only for women only. Sorry, queens. I will be having something out for all you guys, but I really want to welcome the queens into that group, because you need support. You need to be able to move and thrive into this business. So into your life, your business is your life. And until you really realize that they work in cohesive with each other, this is where you move. For a long time, I was trying to separate my life from my business, and I really had to intertwine the two. I'm not saying air all your business and your dirty laundry with, but you have to work on you and yourself to thrive into your business. All right, so that's it. We're hitting the top of the hour. I hope this was very